Hello, people. This is Octavio Cano, and I'm going to be showcasing the latest developments for the StreamPod platform in regards to AI. In the past few weeks, I've been working on functionality to enable agents inside of the platform. I'll be demoing these agents, and initially, these agents will be tasked with processing transcriptions. So I'll be generating assets as per these transcripts, assets such as social media marketing campaigns, blogs, microblogs, along prompts themselves. So I'll be generating prompts to generate other assets such as audio, music, text, and video. We'll see how these generations go. The agents were built thanks to the open sourcing of several frameworks, including Microsoft's AutoGen, Meta's Llama 3.1 model for function calling and tool use, as well as OpenAI's Whisper model. So all these open source technologies were integrated into the solution and are provided by the use of the StreamPod node along the API key. So you'll see that on the configuration. These are the only two requirements. So let's go and do the demo and see what the agents come up with. Thank you. Okay, so let's run the transcriber agent. So you're going to see a set of tasks that are going to be performed by the agent. First should be the transcription of the video. I fed it the previous segment of video that you saw before me, introducing the agents. So this is sending the video to a Whisper server. So this is just a containerized Whisper. This should be processing a few minutes worth of video and transmitting all this within the network. This is all on-prem at this moment, so it's all running locally across several nodes. We may have to fast forward to see the output. As you can see on the bottom left, the model already is being used. So in this instance is the Llama 3.1 model. And it's sending the video to a separate host. It's an Ubuntu host, which is hosting the Whisper service. So let's see how it processes the information. Since Whisper tends to look through the segments, this takes on that. So the agents executing the functions and basically perform as specified. Once the transcription is done, we should have a notification here in the logs. So we should be an update on the days. So there's no transcriptions being run today so far on the 9th. So this should update at some point. The model for this is the smallest of the Llama 3.1 models. This makes it possible to be running locally, and it's quite capable. Also, the large context window helps dealing with all these tasks. For production, I would deploy using one of the hyperscaler APIs, such as AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, because they provide the bigger models, so it would be more accurate and faster. And this would help tasks. Some of the translation tasks that I will be processing this video with, be it Japanese, Mandarin, Spanish, are going to be generated by the bigger models. The 8 billion parameter model is not enough. So we'll see how those go. And if you ever read any of these videos in any other language rather than English, these were most likely processed by these LLMs. Yeah, so see, now the transcript must have processed. So since it's a large transcript, this also adds to the processing time due to the context window. So one of the good things about the most recent development within Llama 3.1 is that the context window allows it to handle a big context, so a lot of information. I'm not sure how big the TXT file is, but you will be able to see the transcripts on the video link for the StreamPod node, the demo node, and I can also attach the TXT file just for verification and if needed. So let's see how this goes, and let's see how this processes all these tasks. So it has about 6 tasks. So it, especially the 10 paragraph LinkedIn post, it's going to mean that it's going to take the agents some time to process all these tokens. But I've kept the development quite lean. So usually the tokens tend to be quite efficiently fed into the model. So let's see. One thing to note is observability. So Autogen provides logging on the agents. So those can be used to track costs. Since this is a local on-prem deployment, the costs are virtually just compute. There's no monetary cost. So this is another big point about this. So one thing we can do now is to get feedback. So let's analyze some of the outputs. So let's see what the response is. So the captions generated saved. Okay, so see, it's analyzing all the transcripts. So platform is, yeah, so this is good. So in the future, we'll be integrating other models to generate more outputs. So currently, the outputs relate more to the text generation, and soon we'll be communicating with third-party APIs or in-house models that we deploy. So that's a development to look forward to. So that's good. Okay. Let me see. So sometimes the context is so big that it doesn't include all the tasks, but let's see if what happened with we can provide context. What happened with the other tasks? So here we can see the model struggle most likely because of the requirement of the context window. So currently it's holding the text file along with the previous response from the tool call. So it must be thinking through all of this context. So it noticed that some blocks are task at scale. Let's see, so I need to provide these functions are specified. So let's see how this works out. So you can see that the models and the agents having internal conversations. Many times the agents autocorrect themselves and they provide each other with the information they need. So that's really powerful because it means that once the models are really well developed, they need very little supervision. So let's see what it does. One thing to have in mind is that there's many requirements happening in the background to make this possible. Things like state management, network spread on the agent, and other implementations which help these agents have memory and perform their tasks as specified. Let's see, I think, I hope it's not sending the transcript again to the Whisper instance, but let's see. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it just remembers the text. It should have the text of the transcription saved in the flow of the agent. So let's see how that performs. Yes, it sent the, you can see, it sent the transcript to be processed again to the Whisper model. But let's see if it finishes the rest of the tasks, because the most important thing is that the tasks are completed. The time sometimes is not that important as long as the tasks are processed efficiently and accurately. This is due to the automation and the intelligent nature of these systems. Basically, these are complex tasks, so as long as they're performed properly and correct, that's what matters, basically. Okay, so maybe the model finished some of the processing. So it should have remembered that the tasks missing were the translation of the text to Spanish and the 10 paragraph LinkedIn posts. So hopefully, let's see. Oh, great. I think it's hallucination. And so let's see. I think there's going to be a further prompt. Hopefully, it is the rest of the tasks. But okay, yes. So it seemed to have missed the block. So let's stop it there. And basically, that is the StreamPod agents. If you read the post about this, most likely this will be generated by this specific video process. Hopefully it will make it sound more natural and organic rather than the usual LLM output using the common words like delve and certainly and things like that. So that's the StreamPod agent, and hopefully this will help anyone with these things. Thank you.